Hello and welcome back to Beskar Bricks, and today this is my entire Imperial, I wouldn't say army, but more of collection. We have our minifigures builds. Worth noting, the builds here are just about mostly just transportation. I do have some Death Star builds, unlike some Death Star interior builds, but not really going to include those because I want things that are more going to be part of an Imperial force, not really a base, if that makes any sense. That's why I did include that one lone Death Star cannon. Now, not only is this one of the widest shots I've probably had, you'd be surprised how far back the camera is here, but this is gonna be a pretty big collection video. Hype to do more of these. And yep, I hope you all enjoy the video. We're gonna take a look now, just starting off with the minifigures. Alright everyone, here's all of my Imperial minifigures. We're just going to start the front here with one of two of the most collectible minifigures, and that is the light up Darth Vader. Here I have the rest of my Darth Vaders. That you have the Santa jump run, an original one from the original Vader's transformation, 20th anniversary, and one from another Vader's transformation. There's a Palpatine. Little mouse droid, as the mouse droid is the essential to any Imperial army. It's a shame I only have one, as any army builder knows you gotta have at least like 200 of those to properly have your army, and maybe a couple of stormtroopers to lay down and clean the floor. But you have the Royal Guard, some Shadow Guards, love those figures. My Imperial Sand Troopers. It's kind of hard to see some of these guys here, so let me just see if I can move. Yeah, this is not going to be like a super in-depth, but what I am going to do is kind of give you all a better view here at the middle rows, since they're a bit hidden. Alright everyone, here's a quick look at this. All these guys, here's some sand troopers here, but over here, here's some interesting guys. Here's two scout troopers from the glorious year of 1999, oldest minifigures in this collection. Moving back, we have two shadow troopers, the Inferno squad, two more shadow troopers. Let me just move the camera here a little bit. You can see some patrol troopers here, the Minbin Stormtrooper. I have the second most collectible minifigure in this collection. And you might be thinking, wait, why in the world is Han Solo in your Imperial collection? Technically speaking, in the movie, in this scene that it is showing, he is still technically a member of the Imperial Army, but Tobias Beckett is actually the one in disguise in that set. So technically speaking, yes, he is a part of the Imperial Army. Next we have, I think, an immigration officer. You have an original TIE Fighter pilot, a regular one, some Death Star troopers with just that normal white logo. Here is an original yellow skinned Imperial officer. The very first one here is a more recent Imperial officer. Move this a little bit. You see some more Death Star gunners. This time you can see a little bit more metallic up there. That's the retired version. General Hux, also one of the most collectible minifigures in this collection from 2014, and an AT-AT driver. In the back row, you can see my kind of depressing amount of standard and infantry troopers. I just mostly have more unique minifigures. All of them are the same minifigure, but this is the only unique stormtrooper. That is also the very first kind of stormtrooper, so I'm not too mad about that. Over here we have our snow troopers. All but one. You probably saw that one in the beginning. He has an E-Web blaster, which we'll take a look at the smaller things in a second. You have all of them, and once again, the glorious mouse droid, whom I will spend all my next paycheck on. But without further ado, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. I'm just going to temporarily get rid of this base plate, and we're going to go take a look at some of the more smaller builds. Alright, so we're a bit lower here. Let's just get right into it. Here is a speeder, an Imperial speeder for the Imperial Patrol Troopers from an Imperial Battle Pack for the Solo movie. This actually looks pretty good. I'm very happy to have that Battle Pack. I really do need to review it. I actually need to review a lot of these things, like the Imperial Dropship. This is a great mini build here. Not mini build, small build. It's a troop transport. It holds your troops very well, and it's also just a great It's a great reimagination of the original model. Some other small things. This is the Inferno Squad Battle Pack build. I'm not really a fan of it. You know, it's fine, but it's not great. And another good example of fine but not great is this from the Shadow Troopers Battle Pack. You know, what is there to say about some of these others? Here's something else here. This is really... yeah, this is a Death Star cannon from the Death Star Troopers Battle Pack. I like this build. I decided to put it in here because why not? It's cool. But I'm just speeding right through all of these. Here is the E-Web Blaster. This is from the 2014 Snow Speeder. There's the final Snow Trooper, and I like this a lot. My one complaint is that they used a little bit of white there, which limits its possibilities, minus a simple modification. And we have one more E-Web Blaster from 2007. This one is quite a bit different. My favorite part is that this sextant piece, very interesting piece. This is like so much different than the one that we just looked at here. Yeah, I can't... That's kind of obnoxious, what you see there. It's quite the difference, but now we have a semi-minifigure, a probe droid, also from 2007. This looks great. Once again, my one complaint is that, but I can appreciate the stand, so it looks pretty decent and displayable on display because of that little bit of height. Just gives it a little bit more character. Speaking of character, Dewback Microfighter, practically just minifigure scale. I love this thing, a lot of articulation. I hardly have any microfighters. This is my favorite by a long shot. It accurately scales very well to a minifigure. It has good articulation, play value, and it's cute. So, like my only cute thing, one of my only cute things in this collection, the cutest being this original non-Imperial Jabba the Hutt. That thing is just absolutely adorable if you're blind. Now here's a Sentry Droid. It's like, what? Like, not including the clear stand, 5 pieces, I think? Simple. Yeah. Here is my only mini builds. I said no Death Star. It's like, it's small. Why not? You know, we can just look at that for 10 seconds. These are, of course, from Advent calendars. I think that was from 2019. This is just from 2020. Vader's Castle and Vader's TIE Fighter. Guess making... I didn't even think about this. That makes 3 TIE Fighters in my collection. Technically, that should be a TIE Bomber, though. Yeah. But here is I think my favorites, as these are Imperial Speeder bikes from 1999 in mint condition. Incredible. Absolutely outstanding. Especially for their time, they are very well done, but quickly ran through all the small stuff. Now we have 2 medium-sized things and 2 big things. Basically, the big stuff in my collection. Alright, everyone, so you basically are seeing all of them, but let's just get one of them to the spotlight with the small but very old original ATST. This thing's incredible. Now, what I like most about this here is that if you open this up, I did do a full review on it. Yeah, look at that cool printed piece. That is just incredible. Well, it's terrible in today's standard. It's old, so I love it, and it wasn't terrible for the time. Let's get the other older, smaller thing out of the way here. This is one of the first TIE Fighters. Specifically, this came out with the light-up Darth Vader. Not actually that bad for its time. It can scale kinda well with minifigs. It's just about the scale. I think it's about the scale of the new, more recent scaled down TIE Fighter. But yeah, kinda cool. Now here are the 2 big ones of this set. I actually like this TIE Fighter more, but I'm going to be showing it first because it is a bit smaller than this thing. This is one of my favorite sets of all time, as you know, partially in terms of... Yeah, this set just means a lot to me. It's one of the first big sets that I've had. One of my first true displayable items. It's just a unbelievably detailed and great set. It feels great to look at and just move around. Truthfully, incredible set right here. And I quite literally misgrabbed it and shot a laser bolt across the room. Oops. Let's see if I'll get that. Probably won't. Here's the big daddy of my collection, the 2014 Atat Walker, which I'm going to move the camera up here, and whoa. Alright, almost didn't cooperate, but it did. Alright, but this thing, the interior space may not be as good as the new one. It may not look as good as the new one, but oh my gosh, it is still incredible. Talk about old still being incredible compared to the new things. This set is amazing. I don't know if I'm really gonna have any interest in the new one now. Once again, not as good as the new one, but considering this was in 2014, LEGO did an incredible job, and it adds something to my collection that nothing else really has, and that is this is one of if not the best display items in my collection because of the movement that I can replicate without having any figures on it. It really is a great standalone display item in a great set. I'm super happy to have it, but without further ado, that is my Imperial collection. Now I'll go get my two favorite models here, which you just saw together, but I think it's just cool to see both of these right next to each other as they are displayed together on my shelf, and they just look great right next to each other. But also, it's also worth mentioning, my favorite in minifigures, the Minbin Stormtrooper. You saw him earlier. I'm not going to go get him because that would be a bit, who cares? Cut. At least I think he's my favorite. I have to look back at my favorite minifigures video. It's either that or the light up Darth Vader. But without further ado, this is my collection. Let me know what your favorite thing you saw in this is, and if you'd like to see more of these videos, I've been thinking some more. As a Separatist one would be fun. Maybe a Republic, a Jedi one would be fun, but that's going to be all for today. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, maybe even subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video.